I'll get started.
I'm good, Subhadra.
Okay, thank you. So I'll get started. So we have only the clearing control, that is a settlement control, is left. So here we are talking about clearing. Clearing means whenever I have multiple debits and multiple credit, we have seen how does the clearing work. We can do the clearing via auto clear, which runs in a batch every day, or you can clear via manual clear, that is called account maintenance via FP06. And we executed the clearing, but the basic clearing control I have not shown. So here today we are going to learn the clearing control. Okay. So for that, go to SPRO. Contract account receivable, payable, basic functions. Then we go to open item management. Under that we have clearing control. Under clearing control we have clearing variants. Then we have define clearing variants. Okay. So everything is created here. For each clearing, different variants can be created. So right now we have 26 variants created. Not necessarily all of them are being put to use, but each maybe different people are, somebody MGL, he's creating one variant, FSK, he's creating one variant, like that. In your I mean in your standard system, in your client system, you'll see some of the standard clearing variants are created, and towards the end some Z clearing variants are also created. Okay, so here you see some Z clearing variants are created. So first step is to create a clearing variant. Okay, so you see Z41, this is a clearing variant, it was already created. So let me create a new variant here. So I'll call it Z903. Oh, it's a three character. So Z09 I'll call it, because it is 0903 clearing variant. Okay, just understand, uh, the clearing variant is not assigned to a company code. It is not company code specific. I earmarked it with my company code so that I can distinguish what is my clearing variant versus the others. Okay, so first step is to clearing variant, create the clearing variant. Next part, within the clearing variant we have to create multiple clearing steps. Okay, so clearing steps, what are the clearing steps? Clearing step says that first I'll create one step, and if say I create step number 1 here, I create step number 1 here. Now according to step number 1, whatever instruction I am writing here, I am configuring, if with that instruction, if all items are not cleared, say after execution of step number 1, some debits and some credits are left, then we go for step number 2, then step number 3, step number 4, like that. Multiple steps are there, and sequentially uh, it will read through all the steps. Okay, so instead of creating multiple clearing steps, I'm going to show you steps from existing. For example, say this one, we have account maintenance. So here you see 2 steps are there. Okay, but this incoming payment, here you see 8 steps are there. So that means it is saying that according to step 1 it will try to clear. If it doesn't work, then it'll try to go and clear according to step 2, step 3, like that. It will keep on going. Okay, now under each step we have the core clearing content. Okay, how the clearing should happen, everything is done here. So I'll create our own clearing step here. So instead of doing multiple steps, I'm going to create only one step. So clearing steps, create first. So I'm going to create 01, the account maintenance. So here we have 4 quadrant. Understand, we have 4 quadrant: Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Okay, so first quadrant is called grouping string, second quadrant is called sorting string, third quadrant is called grouping rule, and the last one is end of clearing step. Okay, each quadrant controls something. So let's explain each one by one. First quadrant says grouping string. So that means when I'm going to clear, I will form a group and the clearing will happen according to the group. For example, if I run DFKK OP table and I want to see all open items, clearing status equal to blank. I have only 734 entries. In production, never run this, you'll see lots of entries, okay, in maybe millions. Now I will perform clearing in all 734 accounts, 734 line items. So first I will group them. What do you mean by grouping? So maybe I'll group them based on company code. Okay, so I will group them. How many company codes do I have? I have here open items for around 69 company codes. Okay, so maybe ascending. Okay, so for 0001 I will form a group. That means these will be clearing. I mean 0001 will not clear with 0903. So I'll form a group. So to form a group, I have to identify based on what I'll form the group. So based on company code, I'll form the group. First group. Okay. So based on company code, I'll form the group. Then next, after company code, do I want to do form any subgroup? Yes. Next, I will form a subgroup, say under contract account. Okay. So I have, say which contract account has a lot of entry. All right. So I'll form a group for this contract account. Okay, so it has reduced. So I have 734, but it has reduced to maybe 10 or 12. Okay, so I will form a group on, after forming a group at company code level, next I'll form a group at contract account level. Where is that? I see contract. Contract account. Like that, we have to form a group. So here I have filtered these two. That it doesn't mean that only these two will participate in clearing. Other groups will also participate in clearing, but they will be forming separate groups. Okay, like distributing. I mean, say 5 people are there. I'm forming teams. Okay, so this is one team, then another team, then another team, like that. They will be participating in clearing. So this is how. So the first quadrant purpose is to form a group. Okay, and you have to decide what type of group they will form. You will not ask your client because client will not know about this part. You just need to based on your experience or maybe in your previous project, how have you formed the group, you have to form the group. You can also form a group based on division. So after forming a group at company code level, next do I have division? Yeah, division. So all of them are of 0 1 only. Okay, so here also maybe a contract account can have multiple contracts because each contract form one division. So I will form another group called division. Like that, first the grouping will be done. Next quadrant is the sorting string. Here I will sort like ascending, descending. So mostly we sort at due date. Okay, we sort at due date. Due date means ascending. So I'll clear. I told you that we are doing FIFO. FIFO means, just give me a moment. So here I am now I'm forming I'm sorting. Okay, so that means suppose within this now I have this. Now here I will sort based on due dates. Where is my due date? Discount due date, next net due date. So I will sort ascending. Okay, ascending means these items were posted first. This was posted on 13th of February. These are on 14th of March, 13th of April, 15th of May. So based on due date, these are posted earlier. So this will participate in the clearing first. So here I will form, if I assign due date, then it will be FIFO. But if your client wants LIFO, last in first out, which the client will never ask, then you will check this. This will make sort descending. So I'll put F4, sorry, F1. This says sort descending. Sort descending means whatever was posted at the end, they will participate in clearing. Okay, sort descending means, see, it is, I did ascending, right? Now I'm going to do descending. If you check, if you put this, then the May items will clear first, then April, then March, then Feb. Okay, mostly the client will not like that. The client will want that, okay, this way the clearing should happen. So here you will form this. Okay, so I'm just removing the sort button. Okay, so with this, 1 minute, let me see the example. This has become the toughest part nowadays. After so many batches, I cannot keep track of where did I use the example. Okay, say this is the scenario. So first I'll make it a simple scenario. Say, okay. So this is the scenario I have. First, I have the first debit document is due on 1st Jan. Second invoice, this is the security deposit. Second, I have invoice number 1, which is due on 15th January. Then I have invoice number 3, because maybe second invoice is clear somehow, manually cleared or something. I have 1/3. Now on 3/3, customer made 2 payments. P1, P2. So P1, which came 150. So 150 based on due date, it will clear. So it will sort and it will find that this is the earliest posted item. So it will clear minus 120 from here and then minus 30 from here. So this 150 is fully cleared and rest I have 80. So from this 80, when the next clearing will happen, out of 70, 30 is gone. I have still 40 left. So that 40 will clear again here. then the rest 40 will clear here. Okay, thereby leaving $40 from this 1-3 invoice 3. Okay, I hope you understand this scenario. We have gone through this scenario earlier. Any question till here?
No.
Okay, so this is simple scenario based on due date. This clearing has happened. Now it may happen that I have two invoices appearing on the same date. Okay, now SAP will be confused. So this 150, should it clear 120 then 30 here, versus it will clear 70 and 80 here, because both the dates are tie. So whenever we have a tie, we can always add a tiebreaker. Okay, so based on this sorting, it is not enough. I can add one more sorting characteristics where I can have, I mean, based on sorting, whatever tie I have, apart from the due date, I can form another sorting string. So your client will ask, what can I ask? I mean, what sorting string can be added? So mostly we have added main transactions. Okay, so it is being, I mean, my senior has advised me to use, I mean, it is not, we can anyways ask the client that, and you can propose. My senior advised it to me, and whatever implementation I do, I also do like after, this is by default. Everybody wants FIFO, but if there is a tie within FIFO, they are clueless. They will not know, okay, what to do next. So then we will form another sorting string based on the this main transaction. Okay, why main transaction? Because main transaction determines what type of transaction it is. If it is 0 100, it is normally it is a periodic invoice. If it is 0 200, then it is final bill. 0 300, final bill, like that. Different main transactions are there, and we can put, I mean, we can then do sorting. If there's a tie, we can do sorting based on the transactions. If your client doesn't want this proposal, then you can do, you can go ahead with transaction. Transaction is nothing but the combination of main and sub. So it's a 8 character. So first 4 character is main, second 4 character is sub, last 4 character is sub. Sorry, first 4 is main, and last 4 is sub transaction. Okay, like that you can form the transaction. So different items are there. Okay, division, it will not anyways. So division will come here. So if you want that contract 1 will not clear with contract 2, then you can form a grouping here. Okay, then only open items of contract 1 will, I mean, say both one CA has 2 contract, C1 and C2. And if you want C1 open item should clear with C1 only, and C2's open item should clear with C2 only, then you can put contract here or division here. Okay, so no need to add division here. So like that we can put the main transaction. Now after main transaction, client may require a, the clients may need a, what can I say, uh, I mean, some set of additional priority they want. So in that case we can put a rank here. Okay, so blank means order corresponds to characteristics value. That means based on this character sorting characteristics, here you can put 1. That means order corresponds to rank order, otherwise characteristics value. That means before characteristics value we can put a rank. Okay, so select that, and you see a plus button will appear here. Hit enter. Oh, sorry, a clearing step is already exists, so I'll put 2 here. See, a plus button came. Click alternative sorting, we can add. Click on this plus button and click on new entry, and here you can add the main transaction that should, I mean, like in ascending, what type of ranking you want to do. So mostly what happens, what is the first transaction whenever a customer moves in? This is the security deposit. So security deposit is 2010 and payment is 2020. So you can do 0020 and you can give it rank 1. Okay, so even if I have a main transaction which is 0019 or 0015, but so basically what happened, I have put that based on the main transaction the sorting will happen. If there is a tie at due date, then based on main transaction it will form. Now say there is a tie and I have 2 open items. One is 001 main transaction is 0015, the other one's main transaction is 0020. But here if I don't enter this alternative sorting, then 0015 will get the priority. But no, I want 0020 should get the priority. So In the alternative sorting, you can specify, you can add that main transaction which you want to be roll number one, rank number one. Why? Because 00 first, so here you'll see the first transaction is always posted as SD, even if before the it is consumed, before the invoice is consumed. So I'm talking about utility. In utility world, it is consumed first, maybe first month the consumption will take place, and after that the meter reading, the bill print, at least 1 month 15 days it will take. I mean, think about your own electricity connection. So in your own electricity connection also, so here today in Kolkata we have, I mean, my electricity bill for, I received the electricity bill for March, okay, and it was due on till yesterday, 3rd of May, okay. So I received the bill on maybe 25th of April. So 1 month 25 days, so after these many days the first invoice will post. So before that the SD is posted. I mean, it varies based on business to business. If you don't have such requirement, say you are in Brim and there is no security deposit functionality in Brim in your project, then you don't have to add this alternative sorting. But if you have that requirement that whatever happens, you want to give it one. Okay. So 000 will get one. Then maybe 0100 you can put rank 2. Then maybe 0200 you can put rank 3. Then everything else will follow according to the characteristic value. So what we did, let me first save it. What did I do here? I told if you keep this rank blank, like the first one I kept blank, that means always refer to characteristics value. Characteristics value means due date. Okay. The moment I put one, it says corresponds to rank. Otherwise, characteristics value, that means rank gets a priority. So here in this case, it will first go into the rank and it will check, okay, 0020 gets first priority, 100 gets second priority, 200 gets third priority. After that, everything, let's say I have a 0001. So 0001 will get rank number 4. 0002 will get rank number 5. Like that, it will happen. So if you put a rank here, that means the rank will get the priority after that characteristics value. Okay. So this is enough. So mostly with the due date and main transaction, the tie gets broken. Okay, that is a tiebreaker. So you'll never see multiple security deposit coming. If there's multiple security deposit, it'll either if it is incorrect, then the first one will be reversed and the new SD will come. So you'll never see two open security, two SD items are open. Okay, so till this config is enough. So sorting characteristics is done. Next, I'm going to the third quadrant. Now it is amount rule. Within this is called group rule. Here first we have amount rule. Amount rule means blank means no restriction. If I sometimes in my project we have a requirement that amount has to be same. No partial payment is allowed. In that case, I mean allowed, but the clearing will not happen. Okay. So if that is a requirement, clearing only possible when amounts are the same. That is debit here. If the debit is 120, customer has to pay 120. Okay, only then clearing will happen. Partial clearing not permitted. Okay, put one. Overpayment not permitted. You cannot pay more than invoice. I mean, even if you pay, the clearing will never happen. Maximum, like that, different features are available. This is for the amount rule. Next, we have clearing rule. In the clearing rule, it says blank means according to sort sequence. So whatever sorting happened, based on that clearing will happen. If you put one, it says proportionate distribution within group in case of partial clearing. That means here what will happen, this 150 will be distributed between these three in the ratio of 12:7:8. Okay, proportionate distribution. That means based on due date, it will not clear. It will clear 150 into 12 by 12 plus 7 is 19. 19 plus 8 is 26. So 12 by 26, 150 into 12 by 26 here. 150 into 7 by 26 here. 150 into 8 by 26 here. Like that, the clearing will happen. I mean, if any client has such requirement, then like that we have called alternative clearing variant for partial clearing. So this clearing variant, the one I'm Z14 one is not enough. I'll call another clearing variant. Okay, like that we have number 8 where we can, if whatever recipe has proposed but that is not the client's requirement. Then you can create your own custom function module. You see, customer module is grayed out. Okay, so if you click 8 enter, I hit enter, you'll see it will become open. Here now I can create a custom FM and I can assign here. Your client requirement is so complicated that you have to standard way it is not possible to achieve. Then you will create a FM and you assign here. Okay, this is the third quadrant. Last quadrant is very simple. It says after the clearing number, step number 2, what do I payment remaining variant, that is, say some items are not cleared based on whatever rule I have mentioned. With that rule also, some items are not clear. What do I do? What next? What do I do? So next, what will I do? I will choose a variant. Say I will choose, so I am at Z41. Oh, sorry. I'm assigning at Z41. I thought I was assigning it at Z09. Okay. Anyways, say I'm at Z41. I want to switch to, after this, whatever remaining items are available, I will go to 00014 clearing variant. And in 014 clearing variant, we just saw we had 8 steps. Okay. Out of these 8 steps, straight away I can skip to, say, step number 6. Okay, so each clearing variant has multiple steps. It will form step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, like that. It will keep on going. Say after step 1, I don't want it to follow to step 2. I want it to follow to another, go to another clearing variant, and in that clearing variant they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, 8 steps. Straight away jump to step number 6. Okay, and here end of assignment means if you keep it blank, it will keep on going to the next step till the remaining items are cleared. If you put, so blank means next settlement step is carried out. So whatever settlement step I mentioned here, that will be carried out. If you put 9, do not execute further settlement step. Means even though some items are not cleared, if you put 9, it will not go. Instead it will stop here. Okay, this is the main clearing concept. Okay, this is the main clearing variant. So in the, I mean, all of them are not required. You can go, you open your client system in SPRO, in clearing variant, you will see all these things are not populated. Very few are populated because clearing variant type, they will not have that much requirement. Okay, so I had a weird requirement. I mean, when I went to Melbourne, I went for a solution called prepay solution. Customer had this requirement that, so those utility customers were not paying their bills. So the product owner introduced a product called prepay. Prepay means if the customer pays in advance, some bonus will be credited to the customer's account, and the bonus was defined in the BRF plus. Remember I showed you BRF plus. In the BRF plus, we define the bonus. That is, if if the extra amount is 10% of the payment, say the invoice is of 100, say invoice is of $100 and customer pays, say, 120. Now that means extra payment is 20%. So it says if the extra payment is 20%, then flat $5 bonus will be created. That means the customer's balance is right now minus 20. Another $5 will be auto posted. So customer balance will be minus 25. Okay, that is called the prepay solution. They wanted this, that will encourage customer to prepay, that is pay in advance. Now after this, so there was one user story. It was an agile deployment. So there was one user story that next time when the invoicing will happen, then, so I have two open items. I have a minus 20 and I have a minus 5. So next time the clearing will happen, I told you that next time when invoice happens, say next time invoice is of, say, 120. Now you will find this minus 25 and 120 minus 25. So the next invoice will post of 95. Right? Because consumption is 120, but already a $25 credit is available. So invoice will also run clearing and it will post a new, I mean, invoice will be of 120 only, but the open item of the invoice part, open item part of the invoice will be 95. Now the requirement is the clearing, when the clearing will happen, the bonus should get the first priority and payment should get the second priority. That was the requirement. So for that, I came to the clearing variant, and I talked to my senior and they advised that we due date is common because both the payment and bonus will have the same due date. Okay, bonus is auto posted. We enhance event 20. Based on event 20, it will go to the that BRF plus and check the amount of bonus that needs to be posted, and both of them will have the same due date. Now here we have a tie based on due date. So next we added the main transaction. Okay, so here my invoice is sufficient. I mean the next debit is sufficient to cover both. But if I have another invoice or maybe a manual posting which is of $8, $8 means this will be cleared fully and here 22 will be covered, so 18 will be left. Okay, so here if the next debit is more than 25, then doesn't matter which one clears first. But if the next debit is less than 25, then there is a competition. Should I exhaust 5 first, then 20, or 20 first, then 5? So customer, the user story that Jira was clearly saying that bonus should get the priority, and we had separate main transaction for bonus. Okay, so that was a requirement. I mean user story. So this is done. Okay, so first we have to create a clearing step. Like that, multiple clearing step can be created. So auto clear account maintenance, blah blah blah, multiple clearing step can be created. Okay, this is the first step. Next, once the, so that means my clearing variant is ready. So one clearing variant can contain multiple clearing step, and each step has a core control. Now if you are confused about all the four quadrant, you come here and click on this spec button. It will tell you a very good example, comprehensive example. All four quadrants are mentioned here. Say first quadrant is grouping string. Select grouping string. It will tell you what happens here. Okay, whatever items you, 0 means what, 1 means what, with example. Okay, 2, 3, whatever you choose, what is the answer. Each grouping string, whatever I told you, you'll read this. If you find a time, find some time peacefully, you read these 1 2. Okay, see, I told you that priority corresponds to ranking, otherwise priority 000. Okay, priority corresponds to ranking, otherwise characteristics value. So that it is properly described, example is given. Okay, for each variant, grouping rule. Here also 1 2 3 4 7 9. Here also 1 2 3 4. See, this is the external function model. I told you here, with this setting, allocation is generally performed by function module specified in external function module field. The field was grayed out. The moment I chose 8 and hit enter, the field became open. Okay, and the last string, which is a run next settlement step. Do not run. Settlement is ended regardless of the circumstances. If you have open item or not, it will end. Okay, so here it is clearly explained. So this is done. Clearing variant is done. Next step is you expand, define specification for clearing type, define defaults for account incoming payment, and here you will assign the clearing variants. Okay, for incoming payment, if it is uh, manual payment, then which clearing variant do you want to use? If it is payment lot, which clearing variant you want to use? If it is cash desk, which clearing variant to be used? If it is so card lot, check lot, I have not shown you, but anyways, so which clearing variant to be used? And if you want the payment to go on account means post on account, that means it will not clear. We have seen that payment clears. So if you want the payment should not clear, then you can put 2. Okay, so payment on account. So like that, once the variant is created, you will assign here and you are good to go. So on each clearing, you have to assign the variant. So this is payment. Next, account maintenance. Account maintenance also you will assign. So understand which type of posting will post and clear. Payment will post and clear. Account maintenance will clear and post, that is FP06 or FPMA. Okay, each one you assign the clearing variant, the one that you have created up in the upper nodes. Then invoicing, I told you during invoicing also clearing happens. If you have open items, if you have open credits, and your invoice will always be in debit, consumption will be in debit, so the clearing will happen and the balance part will be, invoice will be posted of the entire amount only, but only the balance part, the excess of debit over credit will be shown as open item, and the clearing will happen. Which clearing variant you want to use, you assign here. Okay, and this invoicing I mean not FPE1. This is the upstream invoicing, which comes from CI or ISV billing. Okay, this is how the clearing control happens. This is how you can control the clearing. Any question on the clearing control? Okay. Next, we'll talk about clearing restriction. Remember, we have seen clearing restriction. So clearing restriction means we have seen that, let me find it from here. Control F A U G R S. Clearing restriction. Clearing restriction not equal to blank. I'll put not equal to blank. So I have around 73 items where the clearing restriction is not equal to blank. Where is the clearing restriction field? Yeah, here. We have seen 02 means unreleased SD payment. Okay. Similarly, 08 can be that is item cannot be processed. So I told you CR8 means between two invoicing run, if any manual posting is there, that will have a CR8 because manual postings are not communicated to the customer. If the customer is not communicated, customer will never pay. Okay, so CR8. Now, if you want that, so suppose for example, if I open this, okay, I have 7, 3, different clearing restrictions I can see. Say for example, say this document, I open this document. Okay, it has clearing restriction number 3. So I open /o fpe2 editable mode. I'm opening this document. Okay, I double click and go to the payment data tab. Oops, where is the restriction item? Oh, this line, item number 2. So you see it is editable, but I cannot remove the restriction. What does CR3 mean? I never use CR3. Is it collective billing? Difference amount cannot be cleared until next invoice. Something related to invoicing maybe. So difference amount means it's a smaller amount. No, it's a huge amount. How was it posted? Is it posted via okay invoicing job? I see invoicing it was posted. Now you see, even though I enter, it is editable. Okay, so this is editable, this is editable, this is editable, but this payment data here, the restriction is not editable. How do I edit it? So ideally this will go away until the next invoice. Okay, next invoice, once the next periodic cycle will run, bill cycle will run, it will go away. But say my requirement is to remove it right now. How do I remove it? Say your client says, I want to remove all the restriction. Restriction 3, I want a system where I can remove restriction 3. Give me a custom program. Okay, that I want to remove restriction 3. So how can I do that? So for that, here we have a node called define modifiable clearing restrictions. So you come here and assign the restriction. Say I go to new entry and I assign restriction 3. The moment I assign restriction 3 will be eligible for edited. I mean, for removal, so that I don't have to wait for the next invoice, but I can manually remove it. Okay. I think I have less than 1 minute and this screen is still loading. I don't know before the call gets disconnected whether this screen will appear or not. If not, we'll come back again. Why is it taking so long? Is it because I'm inside? I'm in the FP2. So maybe we'll connect again once we get back. So we'll take a commercial break now.